Y'all see him in the streets struggling, young, dumb, and thuggin', give a fuck about nothing. Stuck at rock bottom, trying to come up on something. Pumping from sundown to sun.
What's up, guys? Just here. Welcome back to my channel. We're back with the reaction to House of the Dragon. This is the season finale, season 1, episode 10, The Black Queen. This is it, guys. We have made it to the end of the first season, which is absolutely crazy. Can't believe that we're already here because this season has flown by and I'm absolutely loving it. I really gotta say, but I also gotta let you guys know, when I first initially saw that trailer for the show, even though I was super hyped for it, I didn't have the highest expectations for the show. I was basically thinking, it's not gonna be as good as Game of Thrones. It's just gonna be nice to jump back in this world and revisit Westeros once again. And much to my surprise and much to my delight, it caught me off guard by just how good it actually is. From Paddy's performance as King Viserys to Matt Smith as Daemon, who is probably my favorite character in the show now. Man, everybody's doing a phenomenal job. Last episode, where we last left off, even though I'm not a fan of Aegon, that was one badass ceremony, I gotta say. Then we had the Queen Who Never Was bursting through the floor with their dragon, interrupting everything while he was being sworn in. Apparently, a lot of people weren't really fond of that moment. I thought it was pretty cool, though. Regardless, I can only assume now she's heading back to Driftmark or Dragonstone, where I think Rhaenyra and Daemon are, to notify them of King Viserys' passing. They don't even know that he's dead yet, which is crazy because they're his immediate family. Well, I guess everybody in this show is immediate family, but regardless, they should have been notified right away. But yeah, I think I'm ready to jump into the show and see this war pop off. If you guys are looking for my full reactions to the show, link to my Patreon is down in the description below. Remember to subscribe to the channel. Now's a very good time to click that button down below. Smash the like button while you're there. That's it. Let's jump right in. Let's check it out. Let's go. Winterfell. I was wondering what I was looking at, but I recognize Winterfell. Before we really get into this episode too, I should say, I heard that this episode leaked online, I think on Friday. I'm watching this on a Monday. I made sure to avoid all spoilers. I'm actually pretty proud of myself. I muted some meme channels on Twitter. You want to see any spoiler memes? Driftmark.
But Sea Snake is going to die, isn't he?
Not yet. We haven't seen him in a minute.
It can't be all of the tides. I get green sick before the ship even leaves the harbour. I don't want Driftmark.
It's your birthright.
It should have passed on to Sir Vaymond.
We don't choose our destiny, Luke. It chooses us.
I wasn't ready to be Queen of the Seven Kingdoms, but it was my duty.
Definitely grew up quite a bit.
Not like you.
Not only with the change of actors,
Not so
change in character.
perfect.
He's a good kid.
I am anything but.
She's a whore.
And helped to prepare me for my duties.
Sea Snake's brother,
Your mother
saved from his grave.
Princess Rhaenys has just arrived on Dragonback. She urgently requests an audience with you and Prince Daemon.
Exactly like what I said in the intro. He's heading back to Driftmark or to where they're at.
Princess Rhaenys, might we hope for news of Lord Corlys's recovery?
Viserys is dead.
Daemon, I didn't even see him there.
I grieve this loss with you, Rhaenyra. There is more.
There's a lot
Aegon
more.
has been crowned as his successor.
She's like sick to her stomach.
They crowned him. Alicent demanded you declare for Aegon.
She did. I refused her.
And yet you
She
are.
chose her side.
The Greens are coming for you, Rhaenyra. And for your children. You should leave Dragonstone at once.
Man, Queen Who Never Was is the shit. She didn't have to do this. I thought it was just regular stomach pains. No, she's giving birth.
Is far from complete. This should not be happening.
It is fucking happening.
5 times.
This is the worst timing. It's probably the stress though.
Oh, get off, get off, get off.
She didn't have any pains until she heard the news.
If the Greens attack now, it will be by stealth, not directly. We don't have enough men to surround the island, but we can make ourselves appear stronger than they are. Conscript the Dragon Keepers, they're capable fighters. Waste no time.
Your grandsire, King Viserys, has passed.
Viserys!
The Greens have repudiated the succession and claimed the Iron Throne.
She's telling him everything.
What is to be done about it?
Nothing yet.
And where is Daemon?
I don't know. Gone to madness.
I'll fly to the Riverlands myself and affirm Lord Tully's support.
You will do no such thing.
Good you're here, young prince. You're needed to patrol the skies on Virmax.
Did you hear what I said?
Did you hear what he said?
Ravensloft, Artemis.
I shall see it done.
Come with me. I'll show you the true meaning of loyalty. You swore an oath as knights of the King's Guard.
As do all who wear the white cloak, my prince.
To whom?
I swore first to King Jaehaerys, my prince, and then to His Grace, King Viserys, when he succeeded him.
Do you recall who King Viserys named as his heir before his death?
Of course. Where is he going with this, though?
I'm grateful for your long service to the crown, so I'm presenting you with a choice.
Yo! Let's hear the choice.
Swear anew your oath to Rhaenyra as your queen.
Look at this thing.
To Prince Jaehaerys as the heir to the Iron Throne. Or
You support the usurper, speak it now.
then you will have a
I don't think
queen
any of this was necessary.
Know that you will die.
They already said that they're loyal to Rhaenyra.
Screaming.
I think he just really wanted to enforce it on them. Okay, if you even consider changing plans or changing sides, my buddy over here, yo, there's a lot. There's a lot of bursts in this show. She's ripping it out herself. It's gotta be stillborn. I'm not a parent, but I can only imagine. Never mind what she just did, but the outcome. And they're showing everything, man. I don't think I've ever seen a freaking baby fetus like that. It's like blue too. Really messed up thing. So remember when Viserys lost his child, heir for a day? Daemon was celebrating it. I would never wish this on anybody though. She's handling it well. Maybe didn't even have a chance. The Greens better not attack now while this is happening. He's looking right at her to see her reaction.
I mean no harm, brothers.
Saw what he did to the last messenger. And he's not in a good mood right now.
I swear to ward the queen.
This is
With all my
big.
strength, I shall guard her secrets. Obey
Man.
her commands.
That's an awesome
Ride at
crown.
her side and defend her name. And
Seeing
honor.
it close up like that too. I love the loyalty. Man, I'm like getting goosebumps now out of nowhere. The music. Oh, oh, oh.
My queen.
She looks pretty good with the crown on. I remember the very first episode when they're talking about the queen to be. I was like, one day, everybody was telling me like it doesn't happen. And I was saying to everybody, I don't know if they're gonna follow things exactly, but she looks like a queen right now. Queen Rhaenyra. Man, I don't know, it's the slow motion, the music, just the imagery. This is freaking epic. That's lit. Literally. Lit. Early.
Your Grace.
Your Grace.
What is our standing?
We have 30 knights, 100 crossbow men, and 300 men at arms.
Lord Grover is fickle and easily swayed. He'll need to be convinced of the strength of our position.
I'm going to treat with him myself.
What of Storm's End and Winterfell?
There has never lived a Stark who forgot.
She gave him a look there.
House Stark, the North will follow.
Lord Boros Baratheon will need to be reminded of his father's promises.
House Stark!
What news from Driftmark?
Lord Cooler sails for Dragonstone.
And our enemies?
We have no friends among the Lannisters. Tywin has served the hand too long to turn against him.
Fuck the Lannisters.
Now needs the Lannister fleet. The Riverlands are essential, Your Grace. We have Cyrax, Caraxes, and Melees. Your sons have Virman.
See a dragon war, yo. Dance of the Dragons.
Daemon, none of our dragons have been to war.
There are also unclaimed dragons. Seasmoke still resides on Driftmark. Vermithor and Silverwing dwell on the Dragon Mound.
And who is to ride them?
Dragonstone has 13 to their 4. I also have a score of eggs incubating in the Dragon Mound. Surround King's Landing with the dragons, and we could have every greenhead mounted on spikes before the fucking moon turns.
A long galleon flying a banner of a 3-headed green dragon.
Alert the watchtowers, sight the skies.
I come at the behest of the Dowager Queen Alicent.
Same song and dance.
Of his name, Lord and Protector of the Seven Kingdoms.
We've been here before.
Where is the princess?
There she is. Look at her up there. So badass.
Princess Rhaenyra.
Queen.
I'm Queen Rhaenyra now.
King Aegon Targaryen, in his wisdom and desire for peace, is offering terms.
I would rather feed my sons to the dragons than have them carry shields and cups for your drunken usurper cunt of a king.
He wears the conqueror's crown, wields the conqueror's sword, has the conqueror's name.
Viserys wasn't even in the ground.
And then there is
They
Stark.
moved so quick.
Stark, Tully, and Baratheon all swore to me when King Viserys named me his heir.
They did.
Stale oaths will not put you on the Iron Throne, Princess.
You are no more hand than Aegon is king. Fucking traitor.
No blood need be spilled. The realm can carry on in peace. Queen Alicent eagerly awaits your answer.
She can have her answer now, stuffed in her father's mouth along with his withered cock. Let's end this mama's farce.
David's a G.
King's Landing will have my answer on the morrow.
They're avoiding bloodshed for now, but it's only a matter of time.
I do not wish to rule over a kingdom of ash and bone.
Are you considering the High Tower's terms, Your Grace?
Khaleesi didn't care.
Your father talking.
My father's dead. And he chose me as his successor to defend the realm, not cast it headlong into war.
The enemy have declared war. What are you going to do about it?
Clear the room.
Oh shit. Everybody out.
Let's go.
I can't find my glasses.
Okay, you know what? Why don't you take my hand and leave them, and let's get out of here.
Okay.
Coming war against the darkness in the north, the conqueror's dream. Viserys shared it with me when he named me heir.
My brother was a slave to his own importance.
Daemon, chill. Let go.
Dreams didn't make us kings. Dragons did.
I never told you.
That's why he was so offended. He's laid his hands on the queen, too. Unofficial or not. There he is. He's alive. He's alive. He looks fine.
You abandoned me. When I most needed you.
I had no other place to turn.
That was his way of dealing with it.
We lost Corlys.
He definitely looks older now. Now I'm seeing a close-up of his face, yes. First I was like, yeah, he looks the exact same. Hasn't aged a day.
I understand you have a new king.
Your brother is also dead. Daemon took his head for it.
He kind of deserved it,
His ambition has always been a Velaryon weakness.
even though he wasn't wrong.
Those boys will not be safe so long as Aegon is king.
Whether they're his actual grandchildren or not.
Destroys everything she
By name they are.
Is holding the realm together at present. Rhaenyra is the only one who's demonstrated restraint.
She could have fired back right away. I guess that's true.
Lord Corlys Velaryon and his wife, the Princess Rhaenys Targaryen.
Rhaenys has definitely grown on me these last couple episodes, though. Last episode especially, and then... Actually, no, this episode especially, but it really started with last episode.
I'm very sorry about your father, Princess.
Sorry about your brother.
He was a good man. Your declared allies?
Yes.
Too few to win a war for the throne.
Well, we would also hope to have the support of houses Arryn, Baratheon, and Stark.
Hope is the fool's ally. Our houses are bound by common blood and common cause. This high tower treason cannot stand.
There you go. Or know where he stands.
You have the full support of our fleet and house. Your Grace.
Fuck yeah.
You honor me, Lord Corlys. Princess Rhaenys.
You do not mean to act.
Taking caution does not mean standing fast. I wish to know who my allies are before I send them to war.
Before she moves in.
Consequence of my near demise in the Stepstones is that we now control them.
Man, he's really coming through here.
We have been routed. The Narrow Sea is ours.
Corlys is kind of the MVP right now. There you go, making moves.
When we drain the narrows.
Another smile.
I'll prepare the ravens, Your Grace.
We should bear those mysteries. Dragons can fly faster than ravens. And then more convincing.
The prince is right, Your Grace.
Very well. We must remind these lords of the oaths they swore. And the cost of breaking them.
By force. Sending the kids, though?
If you take this errand, you go as messengers, not as warriors. You must take no part in any fighting.
I swear it.
I swear it.
I feel like this isn't gonna go well. I'm sure you guys already know exactly how this is gonna play out, but I don't know, man. They're like really lingering on this younger kid
I
especially.
expect you will receive a very warm welcome.
Yes, Mother. Your Grace.
Go to it then.
Hopefully that's not the last time they see each other. Look at that little dragon. So cool, man. I want a dragon. He's got a good voice. Here's something slithering around. Damn. Lighting shit up. I heard him back there. I just didn't see him. Yo, this dragon looks scary as fuck. Those eyes. Man. David's gonna have two? I don't know how this is gonna play out. I'm kind of nervous for this kid. That one was a lot bigger. You gotta give credit to these kids though. Going on their own, bringing nobody with them, potentially walking into enemy territory. Oh, fuck! We saw the dragon.
I brought you a message from my mother, the Queen.
The way this is being filmed.
This day I received an envoy from the king. The House of the Dragon does not seem to know who rules it.
If I was this kid, the second I saw that other dragon, Aemon's dragon, I would have been like, yeah.
Remind me.
I'm out.
My father's oath. King Aegon at least came with an offer. My swords and banners for a marriage pact.
My lord, I am not free to marry.
So you come with empty hands.
This isn't good.
Go home, pup, and tell your mother that the Lord of Storm's End is not some dog that she can whistle up at need to set against her foes.
I shall take your answer to the Queen, my lord.
They're gonna let him leave?
Wait! My Lord Strong, I want you to put out your eye.
What?
It's payment for mine.
God damn!
I would not blind you. I plan to make a gift of it to my mother.
If I had that thing, I would not even be using an eye patch.
No.
That looks even more badass.
Take Prince Viserys back to his dragon. Now.
This is so intense right now. I was like clutching my legs. The shots we're getting this episode have been incredible. Listen, listen. Thought I. Oh! Look how much bigger it is. He is fucking with them. Yo, it's taking bites. Way too big. Him is fucking crazy, man. You owe a debt, boy. dragon is doing his own thing. Clear skies. Look at those views. It's literally heaven. Holy! I was talking about heaven. At least he doesn't have to go far. He fucked up. At least his debt's repaid. Aemon fucked up hard. Well, it wasn't really him. It was this dragon. Kind of out of control. Both dragons. R.I.P. What was his name? Arax. Fuck. R.I.P. the kid too. Bring me his head. That turnaround. And that's where it ends, man. Ends with goosebumps. Goosebumps, man. That turn, that look at the very end there. I don't want to wait 2 years. Give me the next episode right now, man. Can we get season 2? Please tell me they filmed ahead at least one episode and it's going to leak online too. Because I was saying during the episode near the very beginning, I don't know if it's going to be included in the final cut, final edit for YouTube, but I was saying I did hear that this episode, the finale, actually leaked online last week. I think it was Friday. Recorded this on a Monday, the day after it actually aired on TV. And yeah, I basically had to work pretty hard to avoid all spoilers. There's definitely like a meme page. I don't follow it, but it always pops up on my main Twitter timeline. I even made sure to mute them, at least until I see this. Once I'm done, I'm sure there's gonna be some good memes waiting. But yeah, I worked pretty hard to make sure I avoided all spoilers for this episode. And I am glad I did because, whoo, the very end there. All right, we're gonna get into it. First, all right, guys. That was House of the Dragon, Season 1, the season finale, Episode 10, The Black Queen, and wow, what an episode. The intensity I got this episode is kind of what I was hoping for and expecting from the last one. The last one was a little bit more somber, didn't really hit as hard. This one, I feel like, right off the bat, as soon as that one dude arrived with the crown, pleading his allegiance, pleading like his loyalty to Rhaenyra as queen, man, this episode got so intense because they knew it was on at that point. Like, the Greens are not going to be far behind, and they weren't. We saw Otto, and I actually thought Otto was going to be killed off this episode also. So, man, we got a little bit of deja vu there also because at the very start of the season, or close to the start of the season, we saw that the same thing with Daemon. I think right after he stole the egg, it was actually Child Rhaenyra that went back to him, that actually helped and got the egg back when Otto initially went and met him on that same bridge there. So that's pretty cool, coming full circle with that, or kind of coming back around at least like 20 years later. So that's awesome. But man, what an intense episode. Everybody's choosing their sides right now. They're going house to house. The mission that Rhaenyra sent their children on, I knew right away though, like there was so much focus and emphasis on the younger son. We didn't even see the other trip to Winterfell at all with the older son at all. So, I wonder if when season 2 starts, we're actually going to see that, the dragon in Winterfell, or if they're going to skip ahead a little bit. I wouldn't be surprised if there's more of a time jump moving forward next season, as pretty much there's been a time jump every single episode except for this one and the last one. So the rest of the season, there was definitely time jumps throughout, but man, we didn't see any of the Greens this episode, but that's not entirely true. We saw Otto and we saw Aemon at the very end there on one of the missions for the youngest son that he was going. I forget exactly where. I thought it was Baratheon, but no, I don't know exactly. You guys fill me in, please. I wasn't clued in entirely what was going on because the second that he arrived, the scenery, man, they really set the scene there with the storm going off, the thunder, then you see the other dragon, Aemon's dragon in the distance, like Susie arrives, and it's so freaking big, man. Some of the shots that they gave us in the sky too, man, that dragon fight, the dragon's chase in the air, that was phenomenal, man. I love that. Whew, this was a really good episode. Obviously, they're saving the actual war stuff to come, but you know what? I'm pretty happy with this. I'm pretty pleased. The only thing that I'm upset by is the fact that we now have to wait years for the next episode. I want the next episode right now, man, so bad. I just want to dive into season 2. Why did I have to start the show right away? I probably should have held off. Wait until we get like a few seasons deep. That's one of the good things about me watching Game of Thrones at the very end.
I had 8 seasons to go through and binge on. Yes, I still took like a year and a half getting it done at 1 episode a week, 1 or 2 episodes a week, but still, it's a lot quicker. That time frame that I finished Game of Thrones is a lot quicker than I'm gonna have to wait now for season 2 of House of the Dragon. This is brutal, man. The show is so good. So freaking good. I'm definitely pleased with this finale. I definitely like this episode a lot more than the last episode. And even though I liked the last episode, I don't want anybody to think that, oh, you didn't like the last episode. No, I liked the last episode. I just like this one so much more. The intensity I got from it is what I was expecting from the last episode. That scene with Aemon 2 when the littlest Valerian went there on his rescue, or I shouldn't say rescue mission, just on his regular mission, to make sure that their allegiance is still in line, being towed. And yeah, once he came face to face with Aemon, eye to eye with Aemon, and he took off that patch there. I don't know why he doesn't walk around all the time without that patch, because he looks even more badass. Holy hell, the blue eye. That was one hell of a scene there. And then I legit thought that little son, that little kid, that little Valerian, he was going to lose an eye that scene. As soon as he threw the dagger, he's like, there's a debt to be paid. You owe me an eye. Well, he paid that debt and more. So I don't know what's going to happen to Aemon now. So obviously, everyone's going to die. When everything is said and done, when this show is over, not a single person in this show is going to be left alive, I'm assuming. There might be 1 or 2, but they won't be living for too much longer anyway, because by the time Game of Thrones rolls around, I know we're like, what was it, 170 years behind, but we've got a few time jumps, so we're probably like 150 years behind now. Yeah, none of these people are going to be around come Game of Thrones time, so they're all going to be dead by the time the show ends. Regardless, there's certain ones that I definitely want to last a little bit longer, and I'm glad, speaking of lasting a little bit longer, I am glad that Corlys is still around too, because up until the very end of the episode, I was going to say he was pretty much the MVP of the episode. Not only pleading or reconfirming his allegiance to the Queen, he basically got everything in line too for the Narrow Seas. Like, yeah, now that we're doing this, I also got the Narrow Sea. They got our back. We're going to stop all trades and everything going to King's Landing. So that's going to hit them hard. Corlys, man, I didn't realize how valuable he was going to be, but they definitely put an emphasis on him in the Seas this season, so I probably should have expected it, but they were kind of like making us think that he was actually dead. I knew the entire time he wasn't dead. For a character like that, they're not just going to kill him off screen. At least I hope not. So yeah, it wasn't really much of a surprise, but we did see him this episode. He was live and well. Maybe he's still suffering a little bit, but for the most part, he's barely aged a day, so it's good to see him back in the show. It was good to see him replead his allegiance to the Queen. I don't know, man. I just really like this episode. There's a lot of like feel-good moments like that kind of gave me goosebumps. The smiles from the Queen Who Never Was also, like all throughout the episodes. Every single time somebody looked over at her, she just had a little like, it wasn't even a smug smirk. It was like a pleased smirk, which I was pleased by to see, because she's definitely grown on me too. These last 2 episodes, that's one good thing, really good thing about the last episode, is the Queen Who Never Was. I feel like she definitely moved up my character likability list from the last episode alone. And then this one especially, I don't know, something about her now. Every time I see her, I'm just like, now that I know how badass she can be with that dragon, because we never really saw that out of her before, I kind of just thought she was like just a regular grandma, just a regular G-Ma, but that's not the case. She's a badass G-Ma, so I actually really like the Queen Who Never Was now, which is kind of surprising me because I wasn't very fond of her to start, especially going back to earlier this season when she was kind of butting heads with young Rhaenyra a little bit, when she's like, yeah, you'll never rule, you'll never do this, you'll never do that. So I think she was just a little bit pissed off still from her own position, what happened to her. But regardless, to see her now, to see her basically have Rhaenyra's back like this, and to have her husband back too, she was just pretty much happy this entire episode. I liked her one line also that she said, it was closer to the start of the episode where she's like, it's not my war to start. That's part of the reason why she didn't actually deliver the blow, or Dracarys last episode. She could have lit up everybody last episode. Like, she had them in front of her. There was nothing they could do. If she said that, Dracarys, they all would have been killed. So the fact that she held back, and then she saw this episode also that Rhaenyra was holding back, she was actually pleased by that, and she actually appreciated that. There is no more holding back now, man. What Aemon did, he fucked up. Cool eye or not, even as much as I like that character, he just looks so cool. And the way he carries himself, much like Daemon, he fucked up hard, man. He should not have done that. Obviously, he kind of lost control too, but he's still to blame. Like, just being out there, that one scene where the kid's dragon, the little Valerian is flying, and then you see the big dragon fly above it in the clouds, taking out the entire sky. Man, that was well shot. So cool, so well done. Obviously not just shot. It's not real dragons that the kid actually performed, but man, just the way that they actually did that, the way that the whole scene played out, I really appreciate that. That was a great scene. Sight to behold for sure. But then what came of that afterwards, as soon as he reached the clear, they make us think like, all right, this little Valerian, he made it out of the storm. He's going to make it home to mama, safe, back to his queen, back to his grace. And yeah, that did not happen. We just see the dragon come out of nowhere. That was like freaking Jaws or Jurassic Park in the sky. That was nuts, man. That shot there, you just see the pieces of him falling. I feel bad for the dragon. What was his name? They said it like 1,000 times. Arax. I don't give a fuck what his name was. I just didn't want to see him die. I feel so bad for him. The kid, yeah, it sucks. He did not deserve that. Don't get me wrong at all. I don't want anyone to think that like I'm happy with child murder. That's not the case. It's just I'm more fun. These dragons are almost like animals. I'm more of an animal person. I think you guys know that. I pretty much cried like the second episode of Game of Thrones seeing one of the direwolves being killed. So I think you guys knew by at that point in time that animals are definitely dear to my heart. So yeah, to see, I know they're not considered actual animals. I don't know. Do you guys consider these dragons animals or not? But I kind of do. And just seeing it get ripped apart like that, he was a little dragon. Come on, man. That was brutal. But that just shows how vicious these dragons are too. Like, he would not listen to Aemon at all, and he knew he fucked up then and there. So, yeah, the news got back to him quick. I wonder how the news traveled so quickly, because I guess everybody kind of witnessed that there was beef going down. I was going to say, like, if he just fell in the sea or above water, just sank to the bottom, him and this dragon, nobody really would have ever known. But I guess everybody was there to witness that there was beef going on between Aemon and the little Valerian. So yeah, I guess it was kind of expected. I'm surprised that the news did travel so quickly, but I don't care how it traveled, regardless of how it traveled. The end scene, the last shot that we got of Rhaenyra, that was the best scene. This was the best episode for adult Rhaenyra. Let me know if you guys feel the same, because yeah, the intensity, it legit gave me goosebumps at the very end when she turned around, looked at the camera, the look on her face there, man. She tried to play it nice. She was out for blood. Or now she's out for blood. Before, like, she had a chance. She could have started a war there previously. Like, they had Otto boxed in there on the bridge. Daemon was ready to go to war, and she's like, no, we're gonna do this differently. And then even Daemon was shouting out, like, that's your father and you. Like, it really is. I even made the note too, like, that she's definitely Viserys' daughter. But I don't know. Adult Rhaenyra, she was holding it together for the most part. Like, she's definitely come a long way. I feel like if this was younger Rhaenyra, she would have went off right away. But no, she was trying to remain peaceful, calm, poised, collected, whatever you want to call it. She sent out her kids on this mission. She had full faith in them. I definitely knew something was up, though. The camera was so focused on that little one. To see his final fate, we didn't even see like I was talking about, the older brother. We didn't see him at all in his trip to Winterfell. I kind of hope we do see that next season, although I kind of get the feeling we're going to jump ahead quite a bit. But man, what an episode. The intensity, the goosebumps, the chills that it gave me. I was impressed. This was a great episode. Let me know your guys' thoughts on this one for sure. But we didn't see Alicent at all. I'm a little bit disappointed about that. We didn't see the king at all either, which is a little bit surprising. I guess based off the title, I kind of knew going in that we were going to see a strong emphasis on the blacks and Rhaenyra and Daemon, all of them, because last episode we really focused on the greens. But still, we got some greens this episode, so I was kind of surprised we didn't get more of them. But I'm not complaining by any means, because what we did get this episode, I am certainly happy with. The Corlys stuff, the Gma stuff, the Queen Never Was, the Aemon stuff. Whew, man, I don't know. He's probably going to be in trouble. I'm trying to think if there's going to be any repercussions, any consequence for him doing that. Like when he gets home, obviously Daemon's going to be out for blood. Rhaenyra's out for blood now. Like, they're probably going for his head first, aside from the King's. But I'm trying to think if they're really going to discipline him at all when he goes back to King's Landing. Like, there's not really much anybody can really do to him. Up until now, and as of right now, I'm definitely still sided with Rhaenyra, and how this season ended, how this episode ended, this finale ended with her turning. Man, that look she gave. If you're not on board, not on her side with that, after that look, I don't know what's going to take to win you over, because yes, I'm an Alicent fan, the one and only, one of the few fans that she has in the world. And even I'm saying, like, man, Rhaenyra is pretty badass. I'm siding with her. So season 2 is so far away, guys. I'm not looking forward to this wait. It's really going to suck. The good news is I'm going to be reacting to tons of other stuff. The Last of Us is coming out next year. That's probably the one show that I'm really looking forward to. One form of media that I'm really looking forward to out of all movies, games, TV shows. Although I am going to see Terrifier 2 in theaters tonight. Yeah, I'm pretty pumped for that. It's going to be a bloody good time. But aside from that, I'm really looking forward to The Last of Us. And aside from that, I'm really looking forward to Season 2 of House of the Dragon. If this reaction gets 100 likes, I will be back for Season 2 of House of the Dragon. Even though it's probably going to get like 20 likes. Regardless, I will still be back for Season 2 of House of the Dragon. But no, guys, if you appreciated these reactions at all, even a little bit, gave you a little bit of enjoyment, please guys, help me out. I can't beg you enough because obviously I'm a smaller channel. It really helps with the algorithm. Comment, say something. Let's just talk House of the Dragon and Game of Thrones. Whatever your thoughts are, let me know. So as always, definitely let me know your guys' thoughts in the comments down below. If you guys can like, subscribe, it really helps my channel grow. Till next time, I am out. Enjoy your day. Peace.
Why didn't smoke enough for you? Didn't drink enough for you? Wasn't fun enough for you? Wasn't good enough for you? Damn, you play me like a yo-yo and shit. Well, I'm not the one to be yo-yo. And when you put that shit on me, then I watch you leave. Let you back in, you came back in and shit on me. Drag me along for a